My kings, my queens, welcome back to the KOG channel. We have a high school chronicles video today. We have this series that's been going on for maybe 3-4 episodes, and I tell stories from high school, and this one is definitely going to be about math class because math class was garbage. But this is a series around here that I'll keep on the channel for literally the entire existence of this channel. This one will not go away. I don't care if magically I wake up with 20 million subscribers and they say, well, you can't do high school chronicles anymore, your channel might get its third guideline strike. I'm doing it. And I don't care because this series is amazing and I want to share it with everybody. So let's get into it today. Make sure you guys stick around if you want another high school chronicles in the future. But this one's about math class, and I know we all have the subjects in school. You know, you have math, science, social studies, or history, whatever you want to call it. And then English class, of course. And then depending on what other electives your school has to offer in either college or high school, maybe even some middle schools have electives. But anyways, math is one of the core classes that you have to have, and at least at my school you had to take 3 years of math. 4 would look good if you're trying to go to a nice college like I am, Harvard University. So anyways, I was very good at math when I was in middle school and early high school. I ended up having this like MAP test. I don't know if it's just an Illinois thing, but it like tests your score on reading or math depending on what the test that you're taking is measuring. So I would always do bad on them on purpose because apparently it's for your school to get tax money, like depending on how good that the school does in score, that you'll get more tax money towards it. So I knew this. My parents said it. I saw it myself that that's what this test meant. It really meant nothing else. So I did bad on purpose, and also it would keep you out of getting to the higher class because the higher score is the higher class. I was like, I'm not going to be in a higher class anyway. I'm not getting fucking lured into getting into a higher math class and to give you guys money. Hell no, I'm going to do shitty on this on purpose. So I did bad on it, but apparently they sent that score over to the high school, and that's what placed you into either honors, AP, or regular math. So I didn't do good, of course, on purpose, and I got put into that regular math class, of course. So the first year was regular algebra class. I knew a lot of kids who were in the honors and AP classes, but I was like, y'all are doing more work for no reason. So I'm like, I'm chilling down here. I do really good in this class. I had a 101% in the first semester of class, and then in the second semester I had like a 98, and I missed one assignment. That was it. That was the only thing I missed, was the one assignment, or else I would have had 100% in that semester as well. I get placed in the honors one against my will. I can't decline it, or at least I don't think I was able to decline it, so I had to stay into this honors class. And this honors class was, let's say, not the greatest time. I did skate by, and I did end up finishing with a C both semesters, so then I had the opportunity, do I want to go into junior year with a honors class yet again, even though I just barely made it past this honors class. Honors Algebra 2 is what the class was actually. This was junior year because sophomore year I took the honors geometry class, which I barely passed. And what I was gonna say about that class was actually a funny story before I get into why I hate math, is because sophomore year we had this teacher. He was really old. He just died recently. It was at the end of 2020, so rest in peace to him because he was a G of a person and of a teacher. Rest in peace to him. So he was very cool, didn't care about anything, literally nothing. People would talk during class all the time. We would literally be cheating in class. He would look right at us, stare at us while we're talking, while we're showing each other's papers. He didn't care because he knew it was one of his last years of teaching. I think it actually was his last year of teaching, and he did not care at this point, and he didn't want any kids to fail. So we had the first semester final, and it was garbage. I got an 18% on it. The class average was a 30. Maybe it was like 36, but it was in the 30s of the class average, and I got an 18. So the first semester I still ended up getting a C plus. I could have had a B, but that did very bad for my grade. But then second semester comes around, and this semester he said was going to be way harder than the last semester. And then going through that class, we wouldn't have homework due ever. So how his class worked, at least for his last year, because he didn't care, was you would get homework, but you never had to do it. And then you take a quiz, and then you have more homework, and then you take a test. And that's how it worked. And then some of those tests or quizzes, he'd have you take them in partners or groups, and he didn't have a restriction to how many partners you can have or how many groups you can have. So literally the whole class would work on it together. We'd all get A pluses, and that would be the end of the day. So I was borderline B and C in that class second semester. I know we cheated a lot, but I still don't know how I had a B, to be honest with you. The second semester final happens. He's like, everybody, this one's harder than the first final. And everybody was like, huh? We got a 36, and this final is supposed to be harder. I am not going to lie to you. I walked into class. I did hours of studying. I don't study. I'm not a study person at all. I don't know if you guys are with me on that, but I just don't study. And I did not want to get a C in this class when I was borderline. So I actually studied. So it's the final morning, and it's the first final of the day for me. So it's bright early. I just studied, got off a nice study session last night. I'm like, let's do this thing. I guessed on every single question. Every single one. Not a single one I didn't guess on. And I got a 77 on that final, which kept my grade at the B. I needed a 76 or above, and he gave me a 77. And I know damn well I did not get a single one right, because it wasn't multiple choice. It was an entire short answer quiz, or not quiz. It was a final. It was a whole short answer final. And I guessed on every single problem. I in no way got even 10% on that. But he was a G. But anyways, this is why I was in the situation where I was. I got a C in the first semester, a B in the second semester. I was able to pick. And I picked to stay in honors. I had high hopes of being an attorney before I dropped out. So I was like, I'm going to definitely take honors. It'll look better, again, to a better college, and have a better shot at becoming this attorney that I want to be. So then that's when junior year comes. And I'm in the honors class still. First semester, I didn't understand anything. And you had to do your homework in this class. He would come around and check. And he would even have pop quizzes. I did not know anything. I had two of these really good friends of mine in that class as well. We got really close, and we sat in the back, so we cheated as much as we could. They were smart with it. I wasn't. So they got me through first semester. I got like a C, I think. And then second semester comes around. And second semester, it was rocky, to say the least. This one was pre-calc, I think, this time. So I was not in any way supposed to be in this class. I know I skated by in geometry. I don't know why I did it to myself. And this semester was just such a mess. I was borderline of failing this semester. I remember his final was that day in the morning. It was my first final. So I go to it, and this final was very hard. I pretty much did what I did second semester of sophomore year, and I guessed on literally every single question. I am walking through the halls. I literally have a 60.91 or something in the class, and I'm walking, going to my next final. I'm running a little late, actually, so I could have failed out of it. My teacher didn't care. So I see him walking, and he's like, Kyle, you didn't fail. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And he's like, yes, have a great summer. Like, you did it. And I was like, thank you. You are a legend. So math teachers in general are legends is what we'll take away from this video, but the class in itself sucks, because he really hooked me up, because I guessed on every single question yet again, and I had to get like a 54 or something, and I did not get a 54 on that. He gave me like a 56, and it wasn't like I got a great grade on it, but I know I got way less than that. I know he hooked me up, and I appreciated that. And then senior year came around, and COVID happened. That class was so easy. I went back down to regular because I learned my lesson. So easy. Like, I was on top of my class again. Besides when I didn't turn homework, which was pretty much every day. Every test and quiz would come up. She'd be like, how are you doing so good? And she was really strict with cheating, so she knew we weren't cheating. She would literally stand in front of the class, watch everybody to make sure there was no cheating going on. So she was crazy about it. So she was like, I know you're not cheating, so how are you doing so good? I'm like, I'm smart. I just don't ever do homework, and I don't try or make it seem like I'm smart. So that's the type of student I was. That was how I was in every class, but math just came to me pretty easy. That's why I got put into the high class, learned my lesson about being dumb, and went back down. I know a lot of you guys hate math too, and trust me, I did as well. I was good at it, but I didn't like it, and I was not good when it came to a little bit higher of a grade level. Anyways, guys, drop what your least favorite class is down below. That's what I'm curious about. My least favorite was math, believe it or not. My favorite was probably history. I don't know, I kind of like history a little bit, so that's my thing. But yeah, leave your least favorite class in the comments below. If you agree with these math stories and saying how ass the class was, I don't know how you would agree with stories. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more High School Chronicles, and I'll see you maybe in like 2-3 days. I don't know. This one's definitely not going to be uploaded tomorrow, so we'll see. Bye.
Bitch, I'm riding down the E-way, smoking Doty, yo bitch passenger. If I fuck her once, then bitch, I'm passing her. 93, that's foreign, fill this bitch up to capacity. Arsenal, treat a little bitch nigga like he Cassidy. X this little bitch out, I'm in her mouth just like a